Guys, you're going to love this next essay we're writing. I've been asking you to build in a lot of independence into your reading work and your writing work. And now we're going to take that independence to the next level because you're going to be writing a comparative essay, comparing two texts. And you might use one of the books you've already read. You might use the book you're reading now. You might use a book that you already wrote an essay about. That's totally fine. And then you're going to compare that book to the lyrics to a song that has a matching theme. So today I'm going to teach you about how to figure out what song to use, and then you'll have the rest of class time today to figure out what song you want to use. So here's where you're going to if you didn't already think I was a nerd, you really will know it for sure today. I'm going to tell you about the essay I wrote last year first, because I'm going to write another comparative essay with you this year about the book I'm currently reading. So to show you how I did this before, I'm going to use this book that I read last year. It's called Wild by Cheryl Strayed. I mentioned it to you one time before. It's about this woman whose life is a disaster. She marries someone when she realizes later that she's too young. She shouldn't have married this person. She has a mom who's really ill, who she has to take care of. And after her mom passes away, she realizes, I need to do something different with my life. I'm not happy. So she sells all of her possessions, and she buys these boots. Well, she buys two of them. And, yeah, I told you about this. And the boots are too small. That becomes a whole plot line. She buys a hiking backpack and all kinds of hiking gear. She has no worldly possessions except for this hiking stuff. But she's never hiked or camped in her life. So she has zero experience. She's a total novice. And she decides to tackle the Pacific Crest Trail, which is an intense hike. It's like the Appalachian Trail, if you've heard of that, but this is the one on the West Coast. So this book was excellent. I read it last year, and I did my comparison essay on this book. So then here's what you guys are going to do. You're going to think about your book, and you're going to consider the motifs in your book, the themes in your book, the things that seem important in your book, and you're going to think to yourself, what's a song that has lyrics that kind of relate to that? So I did this last year, and I thought to myself, what's a song that's about, like, the journey and how important it is to just keep climbing no matter how stuff feels. And you just got to keep moving forward. And I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, it's going to knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. And these are the moments that I'll remember most. Yeah, I just got to keep going, and I got to be strong. I got to keep my head held high because there's always going to be another mountain, and I am always going to want to make it move. There's always going to be an uphill battle, and sometimes you're going to have to lose, and it ain't about how fast you get there, and it's not about what is waiting on the other side. It's all about the climb. Okay. Yeah, that's what's happening right now. Okay, so what you guys are going to do is you're going to take what's in your book. This is the perfect song. It's cheesy, and it's so lame that it's working out perfectly like this, but the book is Wild by Cheryl Strayed, and the song lyrics that I'm going to use are The Climb by Miley Cyrus, which I just did a very poetic recitation for you. Because why? Because both of them have, oh my word, if I look back to these notes that you have in your notebook, both of those songs have this metaphor about the mountain. In The Climb by Miley Cyrus, is she literally talking about the importance of life being hiking up this mountain and making it to the... No, she is not literally talking about hiking. And in this book, she's literally talking about hiking, but it's also kind of metaphorical, this idea of the mountain. So what you guys are going to do tomorrow is take a book as one text and a song's lyrics as your second text, and you're going to write for about 10 minutes just to compare the two. And so I'm going to show you how I did that today so you can get a sense of where we're headed, even though you're not responsible for this just yet. Here's what I wrote in a like 10-minute quick write comparing the two things. Both texts share the idea that the journey is more important than the destination. For example, in Wild, the main character decides to hike the Pacific Crest Trail to escape the difficult circumstances that have broken her spirit. She believes her journey on the PCT will rebuild her. Similarly, in the song The Climb, the lyrics explain that life sometimes feels hopeless, but the journey is worth the challenge. In both texts, the metaphor of a mountain represents the struggles and challenges in life. However, in Wild, Cheryl becomes a new person as the result of her PCT adventure. So the destination, her new self, seems just as important as the journey. In The Climb, the struggles of the journey are emphasized. So now I'm thinking that's what's true in both texts is that the struggles and challenges we face in life will test us and create lasting, lifelong memories. This is a quick write. This is not an essay. I just thought by moving my pen along the page about what was in common about the two texts. And this is the work that you'll do tomorrow. The work that you'll do today is you'll try to figure out a song that matches either the craft or the theme of a book that you know. So I want to give you some advice about how to do that today. These are strategies for finding a song to use in your comparison essay. I don't think I can just say, go off and figure out a song. I think you need to go off with some ideas for how to pick a song. So maybe you're one of the lucky ones and you can think of a song off the top of your head you know that matches your book. Is that anybody? You already have one in mind? Okay, so you guys are the lucky ones. Yep, so you'll have to go find it. Then maybe if you can't just think of one off the top of your head, you go back and you think, what are the themes and motifs in my book? Maybe you go back and you reread the thematic essay that you wrote before Thanksgiving, right? Maybe you go back and you remember the theme, and then you try to use that to come up with a song idea. This is my favorite one because I think it's the most practical. You can't Google search songs that have a theme the same as Wild by Cheryl Strayed because that's not going to get you anything. Like 0 is going to come up. But you could do a Google search like this. Google songs about fill in the blank. Songs about loneliness, songs about the journey of life, songs about determination, songs about fighting through challenges, songs about love. You'll never find songs about love. Just kidding. That's like all there is. So guys, if you are like, I have no idea where to start coming up with a song, try this. Google songs about and fill in the blank with one of the motifs from your story. Lastly, read the song lyrics and think about ways the two texts match. Tomorrow in class, you're going to do the writing that compares the two, and today you're just searching for the song that will work. So when I send you back to your workspace, I imagine you'll all be putting in your headphones, you'll be using YouTube, you'll be using Spotify, whatever it is that you need to use to find song lyrics. And then I'd like you to email me those so that I can print them for you. And then you're going to end up circling things and writing all over it and figuring out how those two songs match up. But you kind of have to go through these steps to make sure you've really chosen a song that has something in common with your book. We'll use the song lyrics as a second text, and you are going to take both of those texts and blend them together into one essay where you're comparing. Okay, so I'm going to send you off